Hello, everybody. It's me, the one and only Guillermo, and I kind of just wanted to make this video as like a final sign off, and I'll list why. I've kind of decided that I'm just not interested in this anymore. I'm very happy at where I am in my life. My Spanish is improving significantly with each day. Um, I'm getting a lot more sun than I did in the past, especially now that it's winter time in Chicago. Compared to Chicago where I used to live, now it's basically summer every day where I'm living. And I think it's been good for my mental state. I don't think winter's good for mestizos, if we're going to be quite honest here. But I think the main problem that I fell into, and what many people on the internet, especially in the United States, fall into, is I fell into this trap of spending way too much time on the internet. Glued to my cell phone, glued to my laptop, glued to making streams, glued to talking to often to people that I don't even know, and who to this day, I have no idea who they are in real life. And at the same time, the internet has been a great way for me to utilize. I've been able to utilize the internet in such a way, and that I've been able to meet very cool people, such as Noel, who you all know as OG del Rancho, among many other people as well. But as time goes on, I realize the more and more time I spend talking to people that are anonymous, especially people that want to talk shit who are anonymous, and there's no end of people like that, the more I realize it's just stupid. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, and you only get to be young once in your life. I'm 27, and I really have realized over the past few months that the less time I've been spending on the internet, the more happier I've been. The more time I've been adventurous and trying, to have new experiences, the more happier I've been as a result. I think the internet is sort of like a trap almost for most people who don't know how to properly utilize it. And I'm at the point now where I'm done talking to people that I just don't know in real life. People who are anonymous. It's not rewarding to me. But yes, if I have any advice for people that take my word seriously or who look to me for any sort of guidance, I don't know why you would, but there's some people that do, this video's for you. I would say, get off the internet and stop talking to anonymous people. If there's people that you really like on the internet, I think you should meet up with them. I think you should make friends with them. You should try to know who they are in real life. And if they're too scared to to be your friend in real life, then I don't think that these are people that you should waste a lot of your time of in real life. I think you should practice Spanish every day if you're somebody like me that didn't grow up speaking it all the time and who isn't fluent in it. I think a half hour a day, if you live in the United States, is better than just crying about not being able to speak Spanish or feeling bad about it or being ashamed. I actually met somebody not too long ago in Chicago before I moved here. He's a 63-year-old man. But this man had only started practicing English at age 62. He was a businessman. He only started practicing at age 62. And right now, because he dedicated himself to over 2 hours of practicing every single day using online subscription services where you get to talk to English teachers, he is now able to speak English at a very high conversational level. And this is a man in his 60s. My point here is that if the motivation is there and you want to be consistent and you're serious about this, you'll be fluent in Spanish. And you can be fluent in more languages as well. And because of that, I think it's better to devote your time learning new skills like Spanish, or maybe something you've been interested in doing as a career as well. Focus on these things and don't surround yourself with negative people, anonymous people, and group chats who just want to bring you down. Misery loves company, and I think a lot of people really waste their time in group chats that just suck all the life out of them. I know what happened to me in the past, absolutely. I'm speaking from experience and only experience here. Obviously, this got worse for people in general across the world due to COVID restrictions, but these are largely gone. These don't exist anymore. COVID is gone for the most part. The excuses are gone. Honestly, I recommend as well, besides practicing Spanish every day, I think you should read history books about your country of origin. Whether your parents are from El Salvador, from Peru, from Argentina, from Venezuela, wherever. And if you can't read in Spanish yet, well, start to read some versions in English. Eventually you'll get better and you'll be able to read the real things in Spanish, but at least get the ball rolling. Start knowing more about where your parents are from. I'd say maybe you're timid, go out dancing. Go learn how to do salsa, merengue, cumbia. Dance to all this stuff. Enjoy your youth while you have it. Make memories. And yeah, you might be like me and you can't dance for shit, but you'll learn, you'll get better. And basically you'll make great memories doing these sorts of things over just being bored in your apartment or wherever it is that you're living. I think there's a lot of things that you could do over just being on the internet. And I prefer to lead by example for the first time in my life. Now, one thing I will do is I will leave a Telegram username in this YouTube description in which people can write me from. And you guys can message me there, and if you guys, for example, want to listen to a YouTube video that I made in the past that's unlisted, I'll give you the link. But I'm going to be taking pretty much everything down. For the most part, it wasn't even that well made to begin with. I put in minimal effort because of ongoing drama that was ensuing in my own life, because I was neglecting things that were important. So that's sort of the thing. Maybe one day I'll return to the internet, probably under a completely new YouTube channel, free of all the baggage in the past, and I'll just make very edited videos. But that is not something I'm even going to consider for at least a solid year or two. And even then, I don't honestly see myself doing it. And for those of you who always have, looked up to me or enjoyed listening to my content, this is also for you. And I want to sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there. Every time I'd make a YouTube video, I'd have a million negative comments. People just trying to say the meanest things possible. It rolls off me like, water on a raincoat. But the nice comments, you guys would always make my day. And don't think I forgot about those. They meant a lot to me and they still do. So I just want to say, be positive. Learn to utilize the internet correctly so that you're not talking to anonymous people all day. So that if you are using it, you're using it to network. You're using it to have greater bonds with people who you actually know in real life. And maybe to practice Spanish as well. Things like that. Don't use this great tool that was given to us for being in a negative echo chamber that's only going to bring you down as a person and waste your time. Because we don't have a lot of time, folks. The older you get, the quicker time seems to go by. Before you know it, we'll be dead. Hate to get sentimental on you, but that's the reality of the world we live in. And I prefer that the people who actually listen to me and look up to me spend their time doing things that are fruitful instead of wasting their life away. And if you have the opportunity to live in your parents' home country for a few years to perfect your Spanish, there's nothing I can recommend more in my life. Nothing I could recommend more. But it's up to you. You can learn Spanish in the United States. It's not as easy, but it can be done. Or you can learn it in your parents' home place. But I'd prefer that you learn it, perfect it, speak it every day, and eventually reach a point where hopefully you live in a neighborhood, whether it's in the US or in Latin America, where you can speak Spanish to people, to your neighbors regularly. Being able to have fun at your neighbor's asado is going to be a lot better than being bored on YouTube live streams all day. So that's sort of what I wanted to impart with all of you. I wish all of you the best, including the haters, and I hope you all improve your lives, and I hope you all find genuine happiness, which comes from having a community a real community, not just people you talk to on internet. So, with that, I wish you all the best of luck, but I'm signing out. It's time for me to enjoy the real world.